டன் இதுக்கப்புறம் ஸ்லோவாகவே போடா. ரோடு பூரா மாடாகவே நிற்கிது. 70-80 போதும். இன்னொரு 70 கிலோமீட்டர் தான். போ நான் வந்துட்டேன். சரி பாய். I just met with an accident. Thankfully, nothing happened. It was a major accident. But the only very small issue that I have is in my nose. This one. This road is full of cows and cattle on the road. Before this happened, we had casually stopped somewhere and we were having coffee. And as we were leaving, something told me, my instinct told me, go slow, very slow. And I told Prashant also, probably I have that in the video. Prashant, idhukku mela slow poda, innor 74 kilometers tha, because we had booked the room and 75 kilometers tha, slow po appdin sonna. But I did not tell him any reason. Even my mind did not tell me any reason, but something, my instinct told me, go slow. So before that, we were hitting speeds of 100, 120. But after stopping there for tea, I did not cross 70 or 80. I was just completely slow because there was traffic. And what happened was, I was cruising at a speed around 70 or 80. And in front of me, there was a small truck. That small truck suddenly turned towards the right, came to the right lane, switched lanes. And when that happened, there were 2 cows in front of me. Hardly 5-6 feet maybe. I did hit the brake, but it was too close. It was too sudden. I was not able to stop the bike. It's 6 feet. Come on, no chance. Head on, I hit cows. 2 cows. Those 2 cows died on the spot. I was in shock. The moment I saw those cows when the truck moved to the right lane, I was in complete shock. I thought, okay, that's all finished. But fortunately, I was doing relatively medium speed, 70 to 80, and I did brake. So the speed must have reduced even more, maybe 50 or 60. But since I head on hit those cows, the cows are standing too close together because it was like a cold weather here. Probably they were standing together for warmth or something. They're pretty young cows, not big cows. Calves. Those 2 cows died on the spot. They were bleeding from the ears, they were bleeding from the nose, they were bleeding, they died. So what happened was, my motorcycle hit those cows and the motorcycle fell. And I was thrown up 3 feet apart behind those cows. I went and landed. Fortunately, I was in full gear, my helmet was strapped on, and I landed on my elbow, but I had level 2 protectors on my jacket. And if I was not wearing riding gears, the whole of my left side would have had abrasions on my knee and on my elbow. So right now what I'm having is some pain in the elbow, no fracture, absolutely fine, and that's all. And a small muscle catch, probably the muscles between the respiratory muscles on the left. A small catch because I was in shock. I probably gasped so suddenly or something. And of course, when I fell on the road, my bike's rear view mirror broke, and that somehow broke my helmet's visor, and this is how that scratch happened. The moment I fell, I thought, okay, I'm having my clavicle fracture, I'm having my humerus bone fracture. But that was not the case. I was immediately able to get up. I was not lying down. The moment I fell down and hit the ground, I immediately got up and came to the center of the road in that median. There was grass. I sat there. Huge crowd gathered, and a guy was asking me, should I call 108? I said, wait, because I was feeling fine, because I was able to breathe. I was trying to assess myself. I was trying to move my hand, arms, making sure that there is no fracture or if there is any fracture. And I said, give me a minute. I was still wearing my hydration bag. I took a couple of sips of water, and immediately I was able to, you know, be calm. I panicked for about 1 minute or so. I was hyperventilating, but immediately I was in shock. But after, gobbling some water, after drinking few sips of water, I felt fine. So I said, नहीं चाहिए भैया 109 नहीं चाहिए मेरे पास full on protections है I'm fine. This is the Hindi I know. So he said, okay, fine. Then I got up, I walked to the side, and till now I did not see what happened to my motorcycle. And I said, motorcycle side, please. This is the language I used. And a young fellow, he sat on the motorcycle and started it and rode it to the side. Then I was completely calm. I was not panicking anymore. And I looked at the motorcycle, and very meager damage to the motorcycle. Absolutely nothing major happened to the motorcycle. I thought, okay, the fork might have bent, the wheel might have bent, the front windshield would have broken. Windshield would have broken, the handlebar would have twisted. Whew, that was my imagination. But when I looked at the motorcycle, the only thing that was majorly wrong was the left extra fitting, the jerry can I was talking about. I was even telling Prashant, in case we meet with an accident, if the jerry can has full petrol, it will catch on fire. And I stuck to it. I did not put petrol on the highways inside my jerry can. So that broke off, and the rear view mirror broke off. Few scratches on the left side, just few scratches, and the bike was absolutely fucking fine. So while all this was happening, Prashant was way ahead of me. He went in front of me because he was feeling too tired. He wanted to reach the room fast, so he was going a little bit earlier, faster. So I was completely alone when this was happening, and Prashant was at least like 10-20 kilometers ahead of me. So I looked at those cows, dead cows. I was feeling very bad for them. But the real person who is responsible behind this accident or the death of those two cows is the cows' owners. They shouldn't leave cattle on the highway like that. Unfortunately, I switched on the motorcycle, and I started the bike. Few sensors were going off, traction control, ABS, all those sensors were going off. I started it. Again, I switched it off. Again, I restarted the vehicle, and all the sensors went off. Everything is fine. And I started riding the motorcycle. And I drove 74 kilometers to the hotel. The camera was not on. I had 3 cameras on the motorcycle and on my helmet, but none of them were on. I'm very, very fortunate that nothing more happened to me or my motorcycle, and nothing happened that will ruin the motorcycle trip. Down south, we do have cattle on the highways, but it is very less. Here, the national highway is the same. It is the same NH44, but the rules are completely different. Cattle, human beings walking back and forth on the highway like it is their front yard, and all the truckers are also completely nuts. They don't use indicators, they switch lanes. In this video, you must have seen in the beginning how the traffic is and how they behave. So nothing happened to me. I'm completely safe. I'm completely fine. There is absolutely no injury to me except this small scratch that happened because of a broken visor. And I'll rest tonight, and I will continue the trip tomorrow. My motorcycle is absolutely fine. I checked major things like the brakes, brake fluids, engine oil, coolant, the whether there is a bend in the fork or the handlebar is broken. Nothing has happened to the motorcycle because I have extra aftermarket strong crash guards. So, and also the luggage, the soft luggage that I had on the back, that also contributed to saving the motorcycle. So, the next stop will be Agra, and the next stop will be Delhi, and I'll be getting my motorcycle service there. And after that, I am sure shot going to Ladakh, and I am going to go around the entire country. So I see this as a lesson. I see this as a lesson learned that I should be more careful. Fortunately, my instinct said go slow, and I did go slow. And in spite of it being a major accident, I mean, hitting a cow head on, two factors contributed to saving my life and my trip. I was going slow, I was wearing full gears. These are the two things that saved me. I don't know what else to say. I'm not a man of faith, I'm not a believer, but I will thank the universe for this. The show must go on. I'm pretty shook up. Physically, I'm fine, but mentally, I'm kind of in shock. I literally just escaped death. I was just reading about, cattle motorcyclist accident on this highway, and turns out every day at least one or two accidents happen. And the cattle is not actually owned by anyone. These farmers, they need only the cows. They don't need the bulls. So when a male is born, they just leave it and it goes stray grazing around eating something, and that has become a huge issue here. And every year at least 1,000 people die, especially motorcyclists, because of this cattle problem. I'm telling you guys, only because I was a bit slower than usual, only because I was wearing the right helmet, only because I was wearing riding helmet, I got saved. I am pretty shook, but I'm getting better. Mentally, I mean. The shock is gone. I know I'm safe and I'm fine. There is no PTSD or post traumatic stress disorder. But this one incident is giving me a lot of realization about how lucky I am to be just born, to have great parents, to have loving kids, to have very supportive friends, and to have all these people who are watching my videos showing so much of care and concern. I realized that I should be more careful. I should be extremely careful. I will not be anxious. I will not be scared. I will not step back. I will not stop. I will keep pushing myself. I will do what I started. I will finish what I started. Thank you so much, everyone. Thank you so much. Thank you, universe. Thank you. Thank you. I'm just feeling extremely grateful. This is not a small accident. This is a major accident, and by extreme level of luck and good time and wishes and prayers from everybody who loves me is what has saved my life. And interestingly, it has saved the trip also. I checked Max, that's my motorcycle, Maximilian, that's what I've named him. I double checked, triple checked. I rode him around the hotel parking lot. I thoroughly checked. There is absolutely nothing wrong with the motorcycle. Just very few scratches, just like what I have on my body. I can ride him. I can ride Max. This is him standing like a rock. I'll be forever grateful to you, Max. I'm just completely feeling grateful. For those who are riding down from the south to the north, people who are doing all India or people who are doing Ladakh ride or any biker who's just traveling long distances, the riding culture, the road rules, the chaos in the road, the driving culture, the people, the rules keep on changing every single state, and you have to learn to adapt. If you have to adapt, you need to learn. If you want to learn, you need time. So take it slow. Your home is very, very, very different, extremely different from what you see here. This same NH44 continues down south, but the same road, but completely different. The drivers are different, people who are walking on the roads are different, the animals, it's completely different. It's a completely different world out here. So please be careful. And there's this notion that, riding gears, gloves, boots are all just corporate mafia trying to sell you things. But believe me, the helmet, riding gears, boots, the gloves, and the crash guards that are installed on Max, all this is what really saved me. Apart from me having the right instinct to ride slow. Believe me, if I was doing 120 or 130, I don't think I would be sitting here and talking to you. Whew. So, what has happened has happened. The show must go on. This time, 100 times more careful, more cautious, and absolutely focused.